comparing it to its predecessor, the non-LTE packing BLU Studio 7.02, the design doesn't really change all that much here. We equate its particular design language to the Samsung Galaxy S5, since its plastic chassis sports the same dimpled pattern that made the S5 recognizable, but it doesn't do much here to elevate the Studio 7.0 LTE's design to the same premium standards we've seen in similar devices like the Huawei MediaPad X2. However, we will certainly say that it's narrow and light enough to comfortably hold with a single hand and without much straining to on our part. Due to the all-plastic build, the entire design just comes off shoddy, which some would vouch makes it typical BLU. Besides the usual stuff found throughout its chassis, we should point out that the BLU Studio 7.0 LTE feature dual front-firing speakers, a microUSB card slot, and dual SIM slots as well. The latter is especially noteworthy because it eliminates the need to constantly swap out SIMs if you travel a lot, so that one can be for domestic use, while the other is used for abroad. Specs-wise, the 7-inch 720 x 1280 IPS LCD display leaves more to be desired. Arriving at a pixel density of 209 ppi, it doesn't produce the same level of sharpness and clarity we get from entry-level smartphones nowadays. Rather, we find it extremely challenging reading fine text at a normal viewing distance, so the remedy to that is pinch zooming or bringing the tablet closer to our eyes. Other attributes of the display indicate nothing more than the obvious here, and that's it being an inferior made panel. From its cold 7900K color temperature, to the poor color accuracy in the sRGB color gamut chart, and its peak 378 nit luminance, there's nothing here that exemplifies its positioning as a superior display, but instead, one that's lackluster and largely forgettable. Being priced so low over the competition, don't expect to find fearsome hardware under the hood, you just can't. To no one's surprise, the BLU Studio 7.0 LTE leverages the 64-bit based quad-core 1.2 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 410 SoC coupled with 1 GB of RAM and the Adreno 306 GPU. We say no surprise because many of BLU's existing devices employ the Snapdragon 410, as well as other notable entry-level phones in the space like the third-generation Moto G and HTC Desire 510. Superficially, it's nice to find it handling all the easy and fluffy stuff with finesse. In fact, it exhibits a tight feel and control navigating throughout the UI. For more processor-intensive tasks, such as heavy app switching, delays become more prominent with its response. And don't even bother playing games with this one, mainly due to the amount of choppiness we endure running some of today's popular titles. Talk about being there for the sake of convenience. Its 8-megapixel rear